Hey there, it's J-Rod here for Rich Retirement TV, and today I'm going to highlight three of my favorite breakout semiconductor stocks. And if you're unfamiliar, a breakout is simply when a stock kind of pops out over a level that's a price level that's been, say, pesky in the way of resistance, right? Like a ceiling. I love these stocks because they've proven once they've broken out over those levels, whether it's a round number or just, a level on the chart that's just really hard for a stock to break out of. Once it breaks out of that level, if it does so with momentum behind it, right, with increasing volume, full thrust above that level, that tells you that it's really proven itself, right? It's taken itself to the next level, and if stock's in an uptrend, or even kind of coming out of a downtrend and heading higher, it gives you a lot of support. It's great. Breakouts are fantastic places for you to get into a stock and enjoy that kind of that support, right? When a stock breaks out over resistance, typically, again, if the move is strong enough and has momentum behind it, that area of resistance becomes support, and it's very it allows you to get into a position really safely. And those are almost exclusively the stocks that I highlight here at Rich Retirement TV because they're great. I mean, you typically see, these stocks rally higher, but just your downside is much more limited. So these are the stocks that I trade almost exclusively, and these are the ones I highlight because I love them so much. So with that said, let's take a look at today's highlights. So all three of the stocks today come from the semiconductor sector, and it's just been amazing. You take a look here. This is the SOX, the iShares Semiconductor ETF, ticker SOXX. Look at this. Over the last 3 months, the semiconductors have soared. They're up 31% to the S&P 500's 9%. It's not even close. Not even close at all. And I expect that to continue into 2021 as the economy recovers, as consumer spending, continues to rise. Consumer tech products are going to be, they're going to be flying off the shelves. And we've seen consumer tech products be resilient in the face of coronavirus. That's going to continue. If during a weak period semis are doing well, they're going to do phenomenally in 2021. So this is one of my top 3 favorite sectors for 2021. I think the big gains are going to be here. So that said, let's take a look at the first stock on my list. Right now, we are looking at ACLS Technologies, ticker ACLS. They are a semiconductor fab equipment maker, which is a very fancy way of saying they make equipment that chip makers use to build computer chips. And they are just on fire. You take a look here. They've broken out massively over level here just above $36. Let's call it $36.58. You take a look here, just exploding here in the last couple of days. Nice, and you see the move here is on very heavy volume, so it tells you that's a confirmation signal that this breakout is for real. So you take a look. We're looking at a daily chart here of XLS, and it's just broken out to a new 52-week high. But you take a look here. This is a kind of a longer term chart here. This is a weekly chart going back 5 years, and you see the breakout that the stock has just experienced is not just huge on a short term level, but the stock has just broken out to a new 4-year high. That is impressive. When you have I love breakouts on longer time periods because it really, if we talk about proving ourselves, that's the highest level of breakout when you see a stock just smash through a level that it's been previously unable to get through. That gives you a lot of confidence that now is a good time to get in that stock. So my price target on this stock here is $54. You zoom back in here to the 1-year chart. You see the stock kind of stock put in a low here around $14, and then we have this the 36 level at the top. You take that range, this beautiful ascending triangle range, and just actually before I go into the price target, just take a look here at the at this pattern. You see the stock is moving higher, rallying and then pulling back, rally, then pull back. But each time it pulls back to a higher level. So the stock is making a series of increasing lows, of higher lows. That's very, very bullish. And when you see the stock smash above this level here, and really there's a couple levels, right? It's not just one straight up move. We break out of 30, then we break out of 36.58, and that's where you see that massive that massive move. The stock has now proven itself, and you see that the breakout this week is is for real. So again, my price target on the stock is $54. Ton of upside from here. They have earnings on February 10th, and they've beaten on the bottom line in 4 straight quarters. So a lot to love here for this stock that's smashing out ahead of earnings. The next stock on my list is Rimini Street, and they are a software support provider for software products from Oracle, SAP, Microsoft, Salesforce, all the big heavies in enterprise software, be it productivity software, server software. Rimini offers a full range of software support services for enterprises and for individuals. So another just explosive stock here. You see, and I should say a cheap one too, under $10. In the last couple of weeks here, you see the stock just make a low, make a low here on the year in the fall of 2020. Retake the 50-day moving average, which is the red line here. Retake the 50-day moving average here. That's the blue line, and then just kind of smash through this level here at 6. You see this range here carved out between 6 and 9. That's again the support here for this range here at 3, and the resistance, this pesky resistance here, being carved out at $6. But a big move here on increasing momentum. I mean, really, one down day in 12, 13 days. Just amazing momentum here. But there's more to come. You take a look here on a longer term basis. Again, you see that this level here at $6. It's been pesky and hard for the stock to break out of here in the last 2 years. But not only does it break out of the $6 level, it also smashes through the 200-week moving average, which is a very long time, 10 years or so, very long time. Excuse me. So yeah. Take a look here. We have the breakout. The stock's breaking out ahead of earnings, which are due March 12th. The stock doesn't have the most amazing record in terms of earnings, quarterly earnings, but stock has beaten in 3 out of the last 4 quarters on sales. So there's a lot to like here. And again, this is a massive breakout ahead of earnings. Tech is it's very hard to bet against tech and do it successfully. And Rimini's been one of those companies that's just on fire. So my price target on the stock here is $10. That's just above the horizontal range here. You see from $3 to $6. You throw that $3 on top of 6. That gives you roughly 9. But I think being that close to 10, it's gonna be a magnet to 10. So a lot of upside here for this name, Rimini Street, ticker RMNA. Excuse me, RMNI. Last on my list, is Ultra Clean Technologies, and get rid of this. And they are another semiconductor fab equipment maker. And again, you take a look here. Beautiful breakout. Beautiful breakout in the last couple of days here. They are, again, like ACLS, the semi-fab company we talked about earlier. They make the equipment that the chip makers use to make their chips, and with all the products that are going to be sold in 2021. Really, no sign of this stopping. You take a look again. You take a look at this chart. It's another great looking ascending triangle pattern. You have resistance here at 36, but then you have a series of higher lows being made. My target on this stock is $65, and again, you take a look. It's going to be more clear when you take a look here at the longer term chart. Just like ACLS, the stock has broken out of a multi-year high, just exploded really. And then they take this range here. The stock's carved out between roughly $8 and $36. You take that range and throw it on top of 36. That gives you 65. So in terms of upside, this stock has an opportunity to, I believe, in terms of upside, more than nearly double. So a lot to love here. The same kind of growth story is in place for UCTT as you have for ACLS. And in terms of earnings, they report on the 19th of February, estimated, I should say, per Bloomberg. And they've beaten in 6 of the last 7 quarters. So a lot to love here in terms of quarterly earnings, and these breakouts ahead of earnings are very constructive. The markets want to throw money down and bid this stock higher ahead of that. That's a great move. So again, all 3 of these stocks look very good in the short term, and 2 of these names, ACLS and UCTT, have broken out huge on a longer term scale. So in terms of the highest level of breakout, ACLS and UCTT have proven themselves big. But remaining a stock that is very inexpensive, relatively speaking, trading about $7. Still has a lot of upside in its, for a small company, a lot of upside there. So take a look at these 3 names, my 3 favorite breakout semiconductor stocks. And thank you so much for watching today's video. Again, I'm Jay Rod for Rich Retirement TV. Any questions, concerns, comments? I want to hear from you. Shoot me an email at askjrod@stpaulresearch.com, or just leave me a comment at the bottom of the video you see, and I'll get back to you. Thanks so much for watching. See you next week.